dragon, and I'm here with the warm fuzzy story. But before I start, just a reminder that I have the talking stick, that you are certainly welcome to come join me. This is a new dragon I've got. And also that I hope you are safe. And if you do go walking around, make sure you wear a mask, like this dragon mask that I have got. But I am safe now, so it's time for a story. Once upon a time. Yeah, that's still the best way to start a story. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful spot on a mountaintop where everyone loved and lived together. They were happy people called Tim and Maggie, and they had 2 children. And they understood what it meant to be happy. You see, in those days, when they were happy, they would give out a warm fuzzy. Do you see these? And I hope you have some of them in your bags at home. The warm fuzzies. And they realized that every time they could share a warm fuzzy, people would be happy. And they would give out warm fuzzies and pass them along, and at the end of the day, they would discover that there were even more. You see, every warm fuzzy represented someone doing something nice. If someone smiled and shook your hand, that was a warm fuzzy. If someone told you a wonderful story, or noticed you were a little bit alone and went over to see you, that was a warm fuzzy. The warm fuzzies spread, and before long they were in the whole community, and everyone felt happy. Except for one person. This person was, well, for lack of a better word, it was a witch. And what she was worried about was she had all these potions and drugs and gadgets that she was used to selling, but because everyone was so happy, nobody needed them. And she was sad. So one day she came up with a plan. She came up and talked to one of the little girls and told her, see that warm fuzzy in your hand? If you give it away, soon they'll disappear. And if you keep giving away all these warm fuzzies, there'll be none left for you. You're supposed to hang on to them as tight as you can. Well, the little girl started listening, but didn't really follow. But the adults, well, they started realizing maybe she's right. And before long, instead of holding on and giving out all these warm feelings, everybody kept them for themselves. It's kind of like having a cold prickly. A cold prickly is something in your hand that hurts. And soon they discovered that they were not so happy. And soon they started going to her for more remedies and more things to help them. And the valley was not so happy. Well, around that time, another person moved in. And she was a wonderful lady who had so many stories to tell. And she began to hand out warm fuzzies all over again. She would gather the children and tell them stories, and before long, they started passing out warm fuzzies. And before long, the whole village realized, the more I give out a warm fuzzy, the more I have at the end of the day. If I keep handing out fuzzies, my hands will be full at the end of the day. And soon the whole village knew, when you give out a warm fuzzy, you make the world better. Now, if I was at camp, I would give all of you big handfuls of warm fuzzies. And we sent some in your camp book. But I know that's not possible right now. But I'm giving you my heart, and I'm hoping that you will understand. And there's a special camp song that we sing to help us. And I'm going to sing it, but my dear wife is going to be the background song too.
Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. It's just like a magic penny, hold it tight, you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you'll have so many. They'll roll is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. It's also like some big, big fuzzies kept to yourself, they'll soon disappear. Share them, spread them, and you'll have so many, they'll spread out everywhere. For love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. So let's go dancing till the break of day, and if there's a piper we can pay. For love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. For love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away.